Guys, does anybody have a cell phone, like maybe prepaid, that I can borrow from you? Apparently, it's like so cool for triplets to share a cell phone these days. Guys, of course I'm ragging on Tom Schwartz's brothers. We're gonna break down Vanderpump Rules Season 5, Episode 19, Triple Trouble, right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You want a hot body? You want a Bugatti? You want a Maserati? You
Yes.
gotta work, bitch.
Our dance lights.
You want a Lamborghini?
We're sending this out to one Miss Stassi Schroeder. So we thought she was really like Britneying it up in that outfit tonight.
She worked. She worked it.
She really let the inhibitions go.
I might just watch this video while you guys talk. It's been a while.
It's a great video.
Where are those sharks? Do you guys realize? Okay, off topic. We're gonna start right off topic.
Full screen.
There's parts where they just take Britney out of this.
Really?
This was a darker time, and the dancers are like right here. Well, now she's back, but anyway, for the video, for the people are not loving
Like
this
when she
already.
was not keeping up with the choreography.
Yeah.
There were tons of rumors that they shopped her in this whole video.
Welcome back to Talking
I'm all,
Britney.
what are we here to talk about?
I don't think her label has that much money. Anyway,
Video
we are
airbrushing.
going to be breaking down Vanderpump Rules and not the work bitch video. Hey guys, it's your host Megan Stecher, and I'm here with all my favorites to break it down. Jesse?
Jesse D'Angelo here, guys. You can find me everywhere at Jesse J. D'Angelo. I've been having a tough time saying that. I've been saying Jangelo. That's D'Angelo.
Your own name.
That's catchy though.
Jesse D'Angelo. Jesse D'Angelo.
Speaking of, I'm Jay Ellis, and I'm don't_be_jealous on Instagram, and Twitter is still _jealous.
And I am Matthew Evan Paine. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew E. Paine.
And happy birthday.
And we have a special message from Matthew.
Yes,
to very special people.
Mom and Dad, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. My dad's birthday was yesterday. My mom's is today.
Aw.
Love you both, and I miss you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, House of Pains.
House of Pains.
Wait, does anyone know, astrologically speaking, what like a very close birthday like that? Is that?
For
I
a
do
couple?
not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never.
Can we get a? Can we pull up the?
Anyone good? Anyone good with that? No.
The astrological symbols
I feel
come
like
up on that.
every time I talk about astrology, someone like pipes up knowing everything.
I only know mine.
Oh,
And
they're like, oh, when you're a Taurus? Well, I'm a Cancer. We get along really well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
your whatever rising?
Oh,
What
I-
rises?
say it one time.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
things in your rising something. I don't know.
In your.
I don't know.
Is your
Sun
Mercury
rising?
rising?
Yeah. My Mercury's in retrograde tonight, though. Apparently.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so we had a lot of fun watching this episode. There was a lot of laughs, a lot of comments. It was kind of a building episode, like informational, but not a lot happened. We're seeing this, seeing that, kind of a grab bag of things going on.
This
Yeah.
episode did not make my Mercury rise.
Okay, I have never laughed so hard watching an episode. Like the
Whoa, Samantha over
shady-
Guess Samantha's
Speaking
getting
of
really
big
good.
things.
It's getting real good.
It was just one of those episodes where the editors were kind of making fun of the cast the whole time, so it just like I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. My
A
Mercury
lot.
hath risen.
But you know what? It was a nice break from. It's been very dramatic. New Orleans was a lot. So it was like it was nice to have a fun comedic
We'll cool down.
episode. Yeah.
It was a cool down. I agree.
Oh,
It was
Matthew feels like.
it was a slam shut. What am I trying to say? We stopped on the brakes. It was a slow episode.
Do you think they were exhausted from their trip? Like the New Orleans trip, and that this was just, I mean, they were packing and...
How much time was in between?
Like 2 weeks, or was it 3 weeks?
Was there even that much time?
Well, in New Orleans, they kept being like, "You're getting married in," and it was either
Oh,
2
2
or
weeks.
3 weeks.
That's
Yeah, it was
right.
like you guys have to get it together.
I just can't imagine that they took that long off from...
Filming. What are you laughing at? I'm laughing because I agree. It
They
just seemed
probably
like what
filmed
happened.
the whole time, and maybe nothing dramatic happened.
Maybe
Maybe.
make something happen. Throw
Make
luggage
it
out of
happen.
the window. Like do something, producers.
Yeah, they were like, you need to find Lala. Like, we
Yeah,
need her
get
for
her.
this
Oh.
episode.
Hunt her down.
Well,
We got her.
Well, we got her.
she showed in the alley naturally.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off chronologically.
Yeah.
Tom playing the trumpet, much to the dog's dismay.
Charlotte.
I have no idea why he did that, but
I thought it was really funny.
made for good TV. And whilst blending raw egg smoothies, we learned that Jax and Tom want to buy Tom Schwartz's younger triplet brothers plane tickets.
So thoughtful.
So thoughtful. So it'll cost them, I guess, splitting it, $1,500, so maybe $750 each for them to fly these kids here. Let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Something's going on with Schwartz's family that they can't make it to the wedding. So I understand that the dad has a fear of flying, which you talked about previously. Matthew, why are you looking at me like that? So then Jax had a lot to say about the brothers, which the pieces of the puzzle we got were that they all still live at home in the same bedroom together, which is interesting.
And how old are they? Do we know?
That we don't know.
They looked
Should I Google?
20s.
But that was an old photo, wasn't it?
Oh, I mean, Schwartz is 30.
Schwartz looked like a baby in the photos too, I thought.
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
not a
know.
good age.
All right, I'll
Really,
Google.
really, I mean, they can't be that
Should I-
much younger or older than than Tom.
Yeah. And then his sister also could not make it due to work. So I will say in her defense, they got married on a Wednesday.
Oh, you're right.
And I don't know if that had to do with cost for the wedding, which it usually does when people don't get married on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Fridays and Sundays are cheaper, but it's interesting. I've never heard of anyone really getting married at a venue on a Wednesday.
That's a tough pool for, I guess, like a 9-to-5er, but it's I don't know, like take a half week, right?
If it's your brother's
Exactly.
wedding, like the money thing I understand more than anything. Because if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. And it seems like the triplets obviously don't have the money if they're sharing a phone.
Yes.
I don't know that you can take a half a week though for a Wednesday. Like they would have to leave on a Tuesday. Like you're leaving on a Tuesday, it's probably a full day of flying. Wednesday is the wedding.
True.
And what are you gonna leave on Thursday?
Which would be a full day of
Right.
flying. Yeah.
But like, unless Miranda Priestley is your boss, like who's not understanding of your blood getting married?
That's
I'd be
all.
like, bye.
Yeah. And really, I would think that instead of spending $10,000 on that's all, instead of spending $10,000 on flowers, throw
Invest
a couple
in the
hundred
family
to the
coming.
family coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, like
Interesting.
Like you were
Priorities.
saving pinching pennies by having it on a Wednesday, but then you're just gonna throw $10,000 at more flowers, and his whole family can't come.
So does it mean that his mom came? Because he kept just saying, my dad can't come, my brothers can't come, my sister can't come.
maybe she's already confirmed that she was going.
I guess maybe we'll find out. next
Yeah.
week.
I'm looking right now. I typed in Tom Schwartz, and as I'm typing in Tom Schwartz Brothers pops up in the search field.
Bet that's
And the top
spiked tonight.
article says it runs in the family. Tom Schwartz's parents divorced after 33 years of marriage, and that's from RadarOnline.com. I'm just trying to find out
shade.
the age of his brothers.
Have to go through all those pop-ups.
I found the phone conversation interesting where they like could not grasp the concept that it was a surprise and to not call their brother and tell them we will be surprising you. It was interesting.
I'm not sure which triplet that we were talking to, but it just seemed like it was. They said that they shared one phone.
How does one share a cell phone between three people?
I'm not really sure what the circumstances. I kind of now. I mean, I care more about this family than
I would
the
love
wedding.
this as a spin-off and
Yeah.
not the Jackson. Like, I would take this over Jackson Brittany.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on in Florida.
Tom and Katie's, like, you know how they did Bethany Ever After?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to see Tom and Katie Ever After as the spinoff.
Focus on the triplets.
Yeah.
With an emphasis on triplets.
So it's like paint a picture. Are the three of them sitting in their bedroom? Their shared phone goes off, and they rock paper scissors. See who's going to answer
Yeah.
it. Jax is calling.
Well, it seemed like only one was in control. Head
Start.
triplet.
Yeah.
This is so mysterious.
I know. I need to know more.
We'll keep an eye out for any more information on
Yeah.
this family.
Yeah.
Schwartz.
Maybe we'll get it next episode too.
Coming next season, in conjunction with Vanderpump Rules, will be debuting season 1 of Schwartz Family Rules.
That would be awesome.
That would be so awesome.
All stemming from someone who never even worked at CERN.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
God, he's so handsome.
Thank you.
Amen.
So the ladies, whilst the boys are at Dylan's candy store,
Again.
As they do.
are these the favors or candy favors? Is that what it was happening?
I know that some of the cast is friends with that guy.
Right. They really like filming at the Dylan's candy store.
We know.
Especially for weddings.
Yeah.
They like that whole
Sheena's
area.
wedding they went there, right?
They love the Grove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mythology.
Oh, they love. That one little building in the Grove, they got the mixology right there and Dylan's. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so apparently they're making candy bucket favors for the wedding.
Yeah.
Which there's no way in hell they sat there and stuffed 50 to 100 of those or whatever it went down.
Did they stuff the piñata with the candy? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw Twizzlers.
I feel like he was grabbing those like apricot, the sour apricot. It looks like sandpaper, like right into the piñata.
Like a tape?
Yeah.
Belt?
Oh, so like when it hits the dirt, there's nothing protecting
I
it.
have no idea.
I missed it.
I've never seen a piñata at a wedding.
I think it's for rehearsal dinner.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be for the rehearsal
never
dinner
seen
with
one
the
at a
top with Katie's comment.
That's it.
With Katie's comment, which is was a promo for next week, saying like, "Oh, I shouldn't have had like tacos and tequila the night before. I need to slip into a dress." I think they did like a Mexican themed tacos tequila piñata for the
there you
rehearsal
go.
dinner.
But I took this the Dylan candy bar thing as being like the table centerpiece or like the candy bar, which I've seen at weddings now. It's very in fashion to just have like a table of candy.
Is it
Right.
in fashion though?
I don't know. I've seen it like the last
Scheana did it.
year.
Right?
Scheana did it.
I mean, I saw it at weddings 10 years ago.
Oh,
I'm being shady.
that was a read.
What's the new trend for the favor bar?
No clue. I don't go to enough weddings.
Oh, I've been to plenty.
Love it.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Same
okay.
AF.
So while the boys are at the candy store, the girls
Where were they at?
are at Alteration Express. We did not look up where it is, but I guarantee it's somewhere in the valley.
I thought it was on La Cienega Boulevard.
Larchmont.
it?
Didn't it say Larchmont?
I'll look.
Oh, wait, I don't know.
Please.
Oh, I did see.
They showed Larchmont Village. That could have been a misdirect.
Okay, I just...
No, they did.
Oh God, I'm good. 324 North La Cienega Boulevard.
For people who have a general idea of neighborhoods listening, like, what's that general neighborhood?
It's like West Hollywood. It's like
Within
it's
a
La
mile of
Cienega
Sur.
Boulevard and Melrose.
There you
They
go.
don't venture far from Melrose.
They really don't.
With Beverly, I guess.
I thought it was in the valley, though.
They don't like
by
to leave
looks.
WeHo. It just doesn't happen.
To be fair,
You
West
don't have
Hollywood
to.
is very
Yeah.
like there's no way convenient to get out of West Hollywood.
And also, Los Angeles is a city of neighborhoods, and the traffic is so bad. If you don't have to leave your neighborhood to go anywhere, you don't.
It's one of the characters.
They have
Listen.
like
LA 's
like
the
Sex and the
fit-
City. Nice Samantha.
It's getting really good.
Alteration Express though does have 3.5 stars
I was gonna say, can you pull like a Yelp review? Can you look through them while we're talking and find a funny one?
out of 5.
3.5 out of 5.
I'd go there. Is it at $1 sign? Yep.
Well, any place that lets you BYOB.
Like, yeah.
Was it necessary that we all had wine, red wine no less? Oh, God.
Near dresses.
Could you imagine if you spilled it on your dress?
Can't.
Pearl
While
clutch.
getting it altered. Jeez. So we had wine and tequila. Katie had tequila in her hand.
Match.
Any comments on the dresses?
What color were they? Because our TVs give off this weird hue.
Yeah, I
Like a
felt
very
like it was like a
soft
very like
lilac,
purple.
lavender.
Yes.
I got
Sorry.
notes of like
With a metallic silver sandal. Grecian. I was not a fan of the shoe.
yeah, I could tell from your face when you watched
I
the
don't
show.
think it goes with the venue at all, having seen where they got married.
Oh, I didn't put that together.
Like more of a Jesus sandal vibe out there.
Well, we have middle of the woods, and we got pinatas. Now we have this like satin lace-up tie around your lower leg thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I like the leg. Like I like that it had
A leg slit, yes. Very
'cause
flattering.
I think all of her bride's party is in good shape, and I think that's gonna be a flattering cut for everybody.
Definitely up top they are.
Yeah.
I mean, those dresses were showing.
Sure.
I wasn't in love with the style because I feel like it looked like when you go to buy your wedding dress, then there's the rack of bridal dresses that you choose from. Like I wasn't in love.
Okay.
But to be fair, there are like 0 flattering bridesmaid dresses in the world, and you have to either wear one
Yeah.
that the bride picks because she doesn't want you to outshine her, or she's nice enough to let you choose like a gown from a department store.
What an
If you want
awful-
everyone to match, then they're all wearing an ugly bridesmaid dress, and that's what it is. What it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn like 5, 6 I don't know. I've lost track.
Yeah.
27 dresses over here.
I was gonna say Katherine Heigl.
27 dresses over here. Oh my God, do you know when I tried to sell my used bridesmaid dress online? It was like a hot thing back when I did this one wedding. It was like a hot thing to try to resell your prom dress or your bridesmaid dresses online for like a lesser price at this one specific website. You know, buddy, took one bite of that dress.
No bites.
No bites.
Well, your friend
Matthew.
has great fashion.
Yeah. Matthew, what is going on that you're so quiet tonight?
Something's brewing.
Is there anything popping up of questions?
I'm
Anybody
tickling
in the
him
chat?
under the table.
No, just normal comments. And by the way, if you are watching live, make sure to join us in the chat room and give us your comments or opinions or whatnot. We'd love to hear from you.
We would. Katie also said while they were at the store and discussing things, everyone's like, oh, everything's going so great with you and Tom all of a sudden. She said, we want to focus on the exciting parts of getting married. It makes me sad because it's like, I feel like they are just still what they said in New Orleans. We're going to bottle it up.
Yeah.
Just let it explode after the wedding. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good plan.
Well, it's not.
They missed the boat
Which
on
one?
all the excitement of the engagement.
That's
It's
true.
gone now.
That's true, because they fought the whole time. Okay. Strong reaction. Strong reaction
The
from the
back
crowd.
burner is no place for relationship issues leading up to a wedding. I'm sorry, I'll say it.
Wait, what is
I
it?
missed it too.
I said the back burner is no place for relationship issues leading up to a wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jesse, coming in strong.
That might-
I love it.
Got it. It's
I
Someone
love it.
came
It's
in
sick.
with an opinion.
No one else.
It's sick.
Nope.
Is this sick moment of the week?
I've got nothing to say.
Okay. Scheana went to a fertility. Scheana went to a fertility doctor.
I thought she had plans to go to a fertility doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she said she saw one for an appointment
Oh.
to discuss.
Anybody?
I thought she was just kind of rambling about, she was just excited about the prospect of children. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to go to a fertility doctor and do this.
To make
I
sure
got the
everything's
impression.
okay. I kind of think she's going there.
She did do an interview last month in January saying she had been to a fertility doctor. So
Was there concern, or what would make her do that? She's young.
I'm wondering if she was probably 31 when or 30 or 31 when they filmed this season.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she just preventatively went there saying like, do you think I should just, I'll be able to get pregnant naturally? Sometimes women who have been on the pill for a long time are concerned that they won't be able to get pregnant right away, so they do go see someone. I don't know if she wanted to go maybe go find out about freezing her eggs maybe, because they'll, that's really something being pushed to women over 30 these days. It's like freeze them as early as you can, have kids whenever you feel like it later kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a process. I thought you just kind of start just trying to have a kid.
I would assume, erring on the younger side of 30, that they would do that, but maybe she was like, but she did say something about we're thinking about having them, not right now. So that's what makes me think like, oh, maybe she wanted to go see about getting her eggs frozen for like 2 years down the line or something.
I went to see if I could get my eggs frozen, and they told me it wasn't possible. I don't quite get it.
I get mine at Trader Joe's. Bad joke. Again, the editors gave us like how much her and Shay are in love, and then we see it like broken later, but it's like we're getting like even deeper into this, and I'm wondering when we're gonna see it break, because we're on like, we have 2 episodes left, I think,
Right, yeah.
of the actual season.
Yeah.
When are we gonna see, like, I mean, we kind of saw
Are we going to?
Scheana
so.
has said in interviews that we see like everything unravel, and I'm wondering if this is like the unravel.
Well, I feel like you could see Shay unraveling. I mean, it was a quick scene, but he was completely distant tonight.
Right, it was like he was totally done. You can already tell he is done. Like this relationship is not working for him anymore. The problem is he was always hiding out at the studio, so we haven't filmed him and her fighting and watching the unraveling. Like we really don't exactly know what's going on because he's not ever home.
She looks like she knows too that he's unraveling.
When in the packing scene?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I love a packing scene.
There's
Love
so
a
many of them
packing
this
scene.
week. Should have been called What You Packing.
But I love how, what did she call the like I call them cat suits, but what did she call it?
Pantsuit.
A pantsuit. Like pantsuit, I think like
Like a
business
businesswoman.
jacket. Yes, like a Hillary
business.
Clinton.
That,
business.
Yeah.
that was not a pantsuit.
I call it a
specials.
cat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a jumper, right?
Or a jumper. Yeah, either one.
Romper is for shorts.
Oh, I have a funny
Yeah.
story about that. There was a girl in my casting office.
Free people.
A girl came into the casting office the other day, and
Okay.
she looked perfect. She was wearing high heels, and I went up to her and I was like, "Oh, I love your romper," and she was like, "Thanks." And I took 2 steps away from her, and I turned back around. I was like, "Is that a romper?" And she was like, "Yeah, good job." And I was
then
like, "I hate myself that I know that it's a romper."
Did you turn back around and go, "Is it free people?"
Thank you for protecting my identity and not saying that was me.
It was Jay. It was Jay Ellis.
By the way,
He crushed it.
by the way, people, Matthew's in casting, so send your love on Twitter to
Yes.
him.
At Matthew E. Payne on Twitter and Instagram.
So robotic.
Just a
You've
light-
got the part. You've got the part.
That's how they do it when you walk out of the room. Okay, what were we talking about?
Rompers.
Remember.
Rompers.
All right, Scheana and Shay.
Stassi had a romper on tonight.
Let's move on. Lisa rides up on a horse to work this week.
I don't even want to cover it. I don't even want to talk about it. It's upsetting.
Jesse likes it. Jesse was clapping.
Did you like it?
Not really liked it. It was just hilarious.
They have so run
'Cause we
out
were-
of fake scenes to give Lisa that this is what we're up to.
Well, and as soon as the last scene started transitioning, everyone was like, "Oh, here comes Lisa's scene," and then to have that build up already, and then she comes rolling up on horseback as one does,
Can
going to
we
work.
discuss why Lisa was dressed like a British Army officer just to ride horseback to work?
Well, she said that she was on my way to work, like it was just any other day, and she saw these horses. But the way she was dressed leads me to believe that she knew exactly what scene
Do
she
you know
was
what I
filming
think?
that
I
day.
think this was a pickup and a sad one at that. Because
Do you think those were her? Do you think those were her?
Thank you. No, those are the swans.
no, they were like
Rosé.
the horses you can ride around WeHo, she said.
I never in my life of living in
Oh, yeah?
Los Angeles seen those. All right, it's
Listen,
sick.
I'm from the
Here it comes.
Listen.
I have never in my life.
I have been here for 10
All right.
years.
This is the real it's sick moment of the week, people. This is it.
I just have never seen it. Am I missing? I mean, she pulls up at like what, midnight? It looked really late.
Okay. To be fair, I have also never seen a horse for ride,
you.
renting rides in Los Angeles. But I am from the East Coast, where in every historic city down the whole coast, you can take a
Los
sad
Angeles
sick
isn't
horse for a ride.
Los Angeles isn't historic, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't think so. There's zero history here.
Maybe
Just
downtown.
Hollywood.
Maybe
Like,
downtown.
Rubber shoes on because that's asphalt and cement.
But they were on the sidewalk. They were those horses were on the sidewalk.
Correct.
It just
Have you ever seen like horse
Manure. right
manure
in the
on
street.
in West Hollywood?
no.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good.
You know what? They have
identifier.
these little baggy things under
Right.
like.
Oh, those don't work.
True.
In New York City, there's
They would be
horse
all
manure
over the poop. Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, all over the street.
I was not on board
And a
with this
hot
arrival.
summer day.
You know this episode was slow, and we're talking about horse manure, not in West Hollywood.
Okay.
I wish she rode into the restaurant and was like, "How is everything this evening?"
Yeah.
Like on the horse. That would
How are those goat cheese balls?
And her dismount was sloppy.
I was actually writing
Sloppy
something. I was writing something, so I missed the dismount. How it was sloppy.
It was a process. They should have cut, is what I'm saying. Like they should have.
Why
They
would
should have
they?
rolled into the next scene immediately.
Yes.
We had the most shady editing of all time in this episode.
We're getting there.
I am giving this episode an Emmy for the best editing.
Yeah. It was.
It was really good. It was packed
They
full
earned
of
it.
shady edits. Okay. Stassi wants to do.
Joshua Lee 207 in the chat room wrote, "It's sick."
It's sick. It is sick.
I think it's sick. The horses never get treated well that have that kind of a job. Okay. Stassi decided to do a nudie shoot to make herself feel better about being single. Also, if any of them turn out well, they're going to be her new dating app profile photos. This was very Samantha Sex in the City to me.
Very.
She killed it. She looked amazing.
The photos were amazing.
Loved it.
Yep.
Like
Jeweled
pantyhose bodysuit stitch. Woo.
sex.
I don't know that I could have walked out there with no underwear on in front of. At least it was all girls.
I feel like there's like a. Yeah, it was all like it was very feminine, and she had like. I feel like it had like a sheen over it though. I think that they blurred it out of like respect for like not freeing the nipple. Like I think it was like a nude suit, like a nylon.
Oh,
yeah, I
that there
see
was
that.
a nude lining underneath.
Because
the
if it was
black.
just mesh, it would have not photographed as well.
Yeah. No, you're
Okay.
right.
Interesting.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But it looked amazing. Like I think when I don't know what it was for. Like I mean, it would be fun to do like on a Friday, like just go take pictures. But it was fun.
She rocked
She looks
it.
great.
Yep.
And in real life, if we really break it down, like all the girls working on the shoot might be friends of hers, or they all might be like, we need a celebrity for street cred in our portfolio, like any of
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Yeah.
So saying like she was going to use these pictures for her dating profile, I'm sure was not true.
Yeah,
But-
because they've been talking about the dating profile so much.
yeah.
And a shout out to my friend Valerie Darling, who was the photographer extraordinaire tonight.
Oh my
She did a wonderful
God.
job.
You are so in the know,
came out
Max.
great.
So in the know.
You know all
Hey,
the
Val.
right people. Hey Val, Stassi looked amazing.
Yes.
And that's it. Brittany told the girls about Tom's brothers coming. Jax is super worried Kristen's gonna ruin it. Kristen tells Carter. Yada yada yada. So
the
far,
best
no one
scene.
spilled the beans in this episode.
Well, that's not true. Brittany spilled the beans and then Kristen spilled the beans.
Meaning to Tom, no one has
got
yet
it.
spilled a bean in this episode.
Right.
It looks like the surprisingly
I think
carried through.
the preview next week makes it look like he's surprised.
I can't believe the boys missed their flight. I can't.
Based on the call with Tom Sandoval, Jax, and the brother, I'm not surprised.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Tom Sandoval didn't even make the flight. Tom Sandoval missed the flight too.
For
so.
a
fair.
fashion malfunction,
Fashion emergency.
wardrobe malfunction.
He,
is that what
no,
they
his
said?
suit wasn't ready or something. They said.
Oh.
He forgot it, I think.
Oh.
By
Well,
seconds,
that's
though. He
important.
was late by seconds, right?
Yeah. Well, Ariana had a picture of the plane, and then he had the plane.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure in a moment like that, you're just thinking, oh, I got to go back and get it. But wouldn't it have been more practical to have someone just get it and overnight it?
To the middle of nowhere.
I don't know all the answers.
Just one solution. That
I
we
have
thought
a
of.
friend in PR who could have made that work.
Or
no
you
matter
re-
how
yeah, I don't-
insanely remote.
I don't know.
If he has a braid guy, I'm
she-
sure he can find someone to.
Because she
you know,
made
overnight
something
it.
insane work with a NFL star in the Super Bowl and a whole mix up in a different city, and like she made it happen. I would call her an emergency.
I almost think that I'd rather say, oh, okay, I'll just reschedule my flight, or I can drive, since we found out it's like Central California, a little bit above
8.5
Sacramento.
hours.
It's
So
a
Reno,
5-hour
Reno.
drive from San Francisco, and it's closest to Reno.
How far is that from Sir? Because
Right, in Sir Miles.
Really?
In Sir Miles, how far is that?
Would
I
you
think it was a long ass drive.
would you call any one of the three of us in case of emergency?
Probably you.
Really?
why? For what?
Just feel like he's so on it with the laptop every week, and he was in casting,
if
and he
you
shows
saw
up
what-
in a bow tie. He's on it.
If you saw what he was looking at, you wouldn't be that impressed. He's still on Alterations Express. He's sending in suits.
Have you found any shady Yelps for
I
Alterations
am
Express?
on Alteration Express.
He's writing a Yelp
Have you
review
found
right
any
now.
shady Yelps?
You weren't at that moment.
No.
For the record.
No, for the record, I was not.
All right.
Thanks, Jay,
let's,
for ruining it for the
let's-
for all the viewers.
The magic.
let's talk about James at Raquel's family's house.
Guys.
Sorry, Joshua Lee in the chat room wants to know what we thought. Which photo shoot was better, Stassi's or Sir's? From last
Stassi.
Oh, Stassi's.
The lighting.
Landslide.
The lighting was great. The styling was fantastic.
The makeup, styling, clothing, all that was amazing.
There was no fake pig
Ye-
as a
Yeah,
centerpiece.
that-
Fake dead pig.
That
say
theme
something so
really
mean.
threw us all off. Really threw us off.
I think I was just confused by this year's Sir concept.
No one knows.
Tom didn't know. So
Yep.
It was like medieval Renaissance fair meets.
Sir.
It was something about
pig.
food is a feast is life.
Yeah.
Sexy,
So-
naked. I don't know.
Other than Tom and Ariana's pictures at
Yeah.
the end, I didn't really get it. I mean,
Which
they
were
were
the
just hot,
hottest.
so it was
Which
like,
were the
whatever.
hottest? Yeah.
But I think I just liked Stassi's, like the white. It looked very youthful, clean. Like I liked that.
And so sexy.
Yeah.
You
Loved
knew
it.
what they were going for.
Yes, they hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I thought it was modern. I thought it was edgy. Okay, great. Okay, so James goes to Raquel's parents' house.
In Thousand Oaks.
I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna say there were some colorful comments during the scene. Yeah.
Moment of silence, guys.
Here's
for
my
this
takeaway.
scene.
Here's my takeaway from the scene. Why the hell was the dad away for 2 months in Alaska?
He was looking for
Bears?
Sarah Palin? I don't.
Okay, in real life, why was he in Alaska for
No,
2 months?
didn't
No
she
one-
say he was like
Yeah, but no one
trout
go-
fishing?
Yeah, no one goes on a solo vacation for 2 months. Who's married?
Yeah, I have a comment. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't you want to get away?
All right, bless their hearts. Well, we're at
I wasn't gonna
Thousand
say
Oaks.
that. Let the record show. I was not gonna say that.
bless our hearts. We're out in Thousand Oaks.
I have to sidestep this whole conversation.
Okay. I'm just gonna relay what happened and we'll move on.
Try to tread lightly.
James has to explain to the family, who still thinks he works at SUR. Obviously, Raquel has not filled in her family on James'
Because she forgot.
work. Sure, we'll call it that. She hasn't told the family about all of James' issues with authority and, you know, holding down a job. He has to explain that he never even was good enough to be a server, that he was only a busboy, and he neither works at SUR nor Pump anymore. But he sees his future is with her, quote, right now.
Forever right now. It was he was like, I see her as my forever, and then the next bite was forever right now.
The words every girl is dying to hear.
I'm gonna get that on my wedding band. I had almost forgotten that James. Like, I mean, we haven't had a James scene in such a long time that
Yeah.
it was kind of out of the blue. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if they did it because they're like, well, Lala's back.
That's
like, let's give.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was just a weird, and they picked very unflattering shots of
All of them.
All parties involved.
the dinner.
The camera was a little low. Like, shooting from down low. What? So sorry. Shooting from down low is unflattering on anyone. It's not nice.
And I'm back.
Let's put that tripod up a little higher.
The lighting was rough.
Well,
Roof stick.
guys,
The camera guy was sitting on the floor next to Katie at Alterations Express looking up.
Katie was on the. Yeah, we skipped over that. Katie was sitting on the floor.
She's the bride.
Give her a chair.
You already took her to Alterations Express. You're gonna make her sit on the floor?
Yeah. Yeah. This scene, it just seemed out of nowhere.
I, for one, love a James scene. It might not be a popular opinion here, but I do love a James on this show. I think he's a excellent.
They kind of hammered in that he was still sober. They're hitting us over that again.
He had a wine glass in front of him. It might not have been his.
He's only.
You're yelling at me like I put it there.
Oh no, no, not at you.
He drinks on days
Sorry,
that
Jay.
end in Y. Those are his cheat days.
Well, I do believe. I don't think that he asked for a blood orange something.
Soda, blood orange soda.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great mixer.
Well,
Is that a little
It's a great mixer. The blood orange soda and vodka. The Trader Joe's blood orange soda and vodka was one summer. Really got me through.
I think I believe he's still sober. I don't think he's drinking at this point. But I think that the span is only about a month
It's
since
short.
we've seen
Okay.
him.
Okay, so that was that.
That was that.
We show up in Tom and Katie's apartment, and their wedding cake is in the fridge.
I've never heard of that.
I'm very, very surprised.
Did she make it?
I don't think so, because it was in like a professional bakery box.
Okay.
But why wouldn't their
I have an idea.
venue be providing the cake as part? I mean, that's like when you go do your food tasting, you also do a cake tasting.
Maybe someone made it for them.
Or they found a bakery, it's probably within a mile of SUR, that they liked and they wanted to bring it with them. Then they weren't willing to ship it, to the venue.
But it's
True,
like
but
an
like-
8.5 hour drive. I mean,
Really? Like they had to put it in a
Hot
Rubbermaid
trunk.
with dry ice. I just can't. Tom almost, it literally almost went down.
how are you not paranoid the whole drive? If I make something for like a friend's dinner or a potluck, I'm driving there
Same.
just 10 minutes across town. I'm
Those
like
white knuckles.
freaking out.
White
Yeah,
knuckles.
oh my god.
It's spoiled. I'm like,
Yeah, great. Can't even do it.
I don't cook, so I don't know anything.
No, one time when I was a kid, we were going to like some potluck and the crock pot fell in the car. So
Oh,
I
and
have-
that smell.
Forever. It never goes away.
Oh. Awful. So I don't cook. Stay away from it. I can't have that.
Hopefully the cake made it. I'm assuming it did because we did not have any follow-ups of any disasters with the cake.
Well, they helped him get it out of the car. We saw that.
Oh, I missed
the
it.
team.
But I was taking a lot of notes.
Yeah, you were writing at that point.
Joshua in the chat room, side note, Joshua said that James' quote regarding his sobriety was, "I have been sober for a little bit now."
Okay. I'll buy that.
I agree. I think it was a little bit.
Did your chair
I'm a
just
little.
fall apart?
I am having a rough day, guys. I'm a little crunchy.
Dehydrated.
I'm
Your
dehydrated.
chair is falling apart
I got
as we speak.
a touch of a headache. I'm trying.
There's Advil over there. like out.
You're pointing at the door.
All right, so Lala is back this episode, and I am here for it. She looked amazing.
Looked amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing.
I
I only hope to be that pretty one.
To
day.
put her and Ariana in the same scene, it was gorgeous. Like,
Yes,
they're so beautiful.
that's all I was thinking the whole time. Was like, look at these two beauties.
Yeah.
I had a crush on her tonight. On
Lala.
tonight's
Yes.
episode, yeah.
Well, first things first, I'm getting a camo bomber ASAP right after the show. It was flawless.
Themes.
I
I ordered a
guarantee
sport.
next Monday Megan will be
It'll
sitting
hang
over the shoulder.
Little
Done.
camo bomb.
Let me put that on my to-do list. Camo
I'm gonna order 4 of us on Etsy.
bomber. What on Etsy?
I said I'm gonna order 4 for next week. Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, I
after
thought you
show.
said on Etsy. I was like, check Lulu's.
Now, it's so hard for me to separate that Ariana did not know that Lala was coming because she was sitting outside and Lala like strolls up and knows that Lisa's there, but she's like, is Lisa here? Like, so it's just hard for me to separate that. I would like to think that Lala just pops in.
I'm thinking maybe the producers withheld it from Lisa and
Ariana agreed.
And said this is a
That-
good time.
And they knew they were going to be filming a scene. They were kept in the dark as to with who about what.
because
maybe just
Ariana
like-
seemed
Genuinely surprised. I thought Lisa seemed genuinely surprised,
Yeah.
and that she didn't have on as much makeup as she normally would for filming.
yeah.
And I think Lisa looked her best at that moment.
Yes, we loved Lisa's like
Simple.
Purple
nice
sweater.
cashmere sweater, cable knit, whatever was going on there.
Wasn't on a
Good
horse.
Fuchsia, our signature like fuchsia or purple, whichever it was. I can't remember.
Perp.
Purple.
Yeah,
Okay, there
but
you
I
go.
just I liked that Ariana wasn't quick to forgive and be like, it's fine, it's okay. Like, she wanted an explanation, and I think we kind of got it too. Like Lala saying that she went to Utah, she came back with her mom. So this is filling in the gaps of like time. So now we know that we're in August because that's when they got married.
Yeah.
Lala probably disappeared after Pride, which is in June. So July is a whole month where
makes
Lala's
sense,
gone.
yeah.
So that it all tracks.
Puzzle pieces
Wow.
put together.
Boom.
No,
You know
you're
what I mean?
absolutely right.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Case closed.
Speaking of pretty,
We're done.
Julia and Tabitha are saying how beautiful you are, and they both love your hair.
Oh my god, thanks, girl.
I was talking to Jesse.
Thanks, girls. You look flawless as always.
Julia
you
says,
really do.
seriously, every time I watch Megan makes me check my closet like I need to step it up.
Get a camo
Closet.
bomber.
Oh, I wear all the same 4 t-shirts every week. What?
Well,
That's so
they're
sweet,
working
though.
for you.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Next
you
week, get a
guys.
camo bomber, and you'll be right up with Megan.
I am gonna we're gonna have Lala back, and I'm gonna take a picture of us in our matching camo bombers. I'm tweeting her tonight.
I'm already
so I know
jealous.
where she
Do
is.
it.
What do we think about the convo though between Lisa and Lala?
I felt really sad for Lala.
I did too. I
Yeah.
think if you literally shut yourself down for 3 weeks, it's an immature thing to do. Because even if you are having a hard time as an adult, you do have to. Even if you tell your boss, hey, I have such bad anxiety that I don't even live at my own apartment right now. My family is taking physical care of me. You still have to let the people know that is your responsibility as an adult person.
I understand what you're saying. I think it's difficult for her to even express that until she has
come out
back.
on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha.
If you listen to the conversation too, Lisa goes, it's when you're not opening up about who you are and when you're lying about who you are. And I think that was more of a, taken out of context, like talking about the show, like if you're not going to give us, is that what you
I
have?
wrote that down. I said,
You're showing me
Oh.
blank paper.
sorry. I wrote it.
In invisible ink.
I wrote the same thing. I said, I'm just reading between the lines on their whole conversation.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was more of a conversation like, you have this show, and Lala's like, I wasn't willing to give my whole all. And so I think that's what the conversation was more about.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, if it's not going to be good for you to be here working at SUR, quote unquote, but I think she really meant like being on the show.
What I did like is that Lisa goes, Sir's been here with that before you, with you, and without you. And Lala's like, I agree. Like I don't think Lala went in there with like a you guys miss me so much mentality.
No, I don't,
I don't
either.
either.
I think I think it was just like to clear her conscience, kind of like when Stassi went in a few
Yeah,
seasons
I
back.
had
Yeah.
that flashback too.
Yeah.
That could have served as a good flashback on the show. That's what I was thinking when we were out there.
But I think that this might be rude, but it's like I think that kind of backhands Lisa in saying I don't need Sir or Vanderpump Rules. That's like Stassi, but Stassi we've seen has come back to the show, but I don't know if Lala is. Again, we're hearing that she might come back for season 6.
I felt like Lisa was leaving it like tenderly with her, not the way that she kind of spoke with Kristen and Stassi in the past, where it was like a, oh,
She
hi.
like, I felt like she kind of like patted her on the bum,
Right,
and
like,
let her.
like when you get your shit together, come on back.
Yep.
But at the same time, I also think that Lala, all she did was not show up to work. Kristen had 1,000,001, she was a cat. She had 9 lives with Lisa, and she, cussed at, the manager and all that stuff. And then Stassi, you have that whole suck a dick.
Suck a dick, Diane.
And then with Stassi, she obviously had the whole thing with the tape and what Lisa did for her then. So I feel like there was more at play with their situations and them kind of burning the bridge. Lala just didn't come to work.
I wonder if Diana was tired of seeing that clip.
At this point, I think she's
I can't get
okay
enough.
with it. I know.
It's so funny.
When she's on that patio, it's so good. I love that
That
Kristen.
is like her best gif ever, whereas Tom's was with the drag, like he's a battered wife. Kristen's is the cigarette. Suck a dick.
Like it's just on a loop in my head.
And I did like that. I like that before Lala went in and Ariana goes and Lala goes, "I'm just here to tell Lisa I don't work here anymore." And Ariana's like, I think she got it. It's like,
When they make them have
was
these
great.
conversations with Lisa when they've already don't work there anymore, it's always hilarious to
it
me.
was so good.
It's like, could we put this in any more awkward set
I'd
of
love
words?
to see the call sheet for Lisa Days, like what it entails.
Lisa's riding in a horse. The horse people are arriving at 5 p.m. Lisa will be on the horse at 5:27.
Sit down with Lala about firing / quitting.
I hope those horses prove me wrong and I drive through West Hollywood one day and I just see horses going.
We expect a picture.
I will take a picture.
I've never seen a horse in Southern
Can you
California.
imagine the crew?
Only in Lisa Vanderpump's backyard.
Once they got Lisa up on the horse, being like, people, we have one take and one take only. We're not getting her back up here after she's off.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't
think
mess this up.
Do you think that Ken rode the horse?
No,
Because he couldn't. He was like,
he can't support himself on a couch.
I'm saying maybe he pulled something.
Oh, so they cut it out.
They were like, they pushed him onto the couch, and he was like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good.
It's upsetting.
Maybe his hips
that-
are hurting. He had the hip replacements, remember?
Yeah, and then got tossed. in
when
the
And he was
pool.
recently put. Yeah, I was just gonna say he was
The
recently
Baja
pushed in a
Shelf
pool on
incident.
Beverly Hills.
His Baja Shelf moment. When he walks upstairs, I get nervous.
His best gift, Baja.
That guy picked him up and threw him in the pool.
Who did that?
Some
young
guest
man.
that I
who-
think they blurred.
Because I had to rewind it. I'm like, I can't even see who did that.
It was a younger man.
He was killed
He's
immediately
probably
after.
Pandora's husband's brother
Oh
or
wait,
something.
we might not want to talk about Housewives.
Oh, why? Does it anger some people? Comments? Are we getting
I
comments?
do have something to say about where are we at, Megan? I'm sorry. Where are we at in the episode?
We're almost done. We're just going to talk about arriving for the wedding.
The arrivals.
Yeah. The arrival.
I wrote all this down though.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts, Dawn?
Well, here's Pandora again. Where's Max? He's bussing, probably.
Max is pulling up the shades of the restaurant. You missed it.
Isn't he serving now though? I know that's not the
Yes,
point of
he
what you're
is.
saying,
He is
but
serving now.
just want to give credit where credit's due.
Well,
But he's probably serving.
And he has a $6.5 million condo.
it's just upsetting that he's not.
No, it is.
That he's not at this wedding as well. Even if he's not in the wedding or invited to the wedding, they could bring him to that bungalow, that cabin.
I agree.
I wonder if he hates or doesn't like any of the guys because he's never hanging out with anyone except for James.
We're also assuming he would want to be invited. Maybe he's like, F you all.
Yeah. I would just like him to be a manager so that there's a reason for him not to be there. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need this resolution.
Okay. Wow.
Should we tweet him?
Deep thoughts.
Not that much. I don't need that resolution.
He's gonna sleep fine tonight.
He's good.
Just curious.
I don't know why everyone's so up in arms about Pandora having a whole house versus Max having a condo. Because he is a young single man and she is a married woman who may have a family.
I bet if he said, Mom, I want a house.
She would have bought him a house.
100%.
Right. But it's also like, what is the responsibility level he can handle? Because he, I'm sure Pandora
He's a hard
has,
worker. I think he's
Well-
a hard worker, no?
Not saying that, but just like I think she's had reason to worry in the past, and there was the whole thing of like when he lived on his own and he wasn't even paying the bills and the electricity was shut off and water was shut off and all that. So I think she's like, let's give him a condo and see how he can handle it, if he can handle it, and a house could be in the future.
Okay.
I'm with Lisa on this. I don't know why.
I mean, I know if the issue was more like the difference between a house and a condo. I think the issue was more before that, like him not having been given anything and she got the house. Now that he was given a condo too, I don't know. I'm not like, well, it's only a condo.
It's just not a glamorous
You
position.
were kind of like that.
I was a little like that.
But yeah, the other arrivals, like, I was kind of confused about this. I thought that, did they all fly in? No, because Stassi was driving. I take that back.
Stassi and Rachel drove together.
Did they fly as far as they could and then have to drive from somewhere, from like Reno Airport
The
or
closest
something?
airport. They did fly into Reno. I think they showed that.
My favorite moment was Stassi saying that there was scary children handwritten
Paintings
signs.
somewhere?
Those
Yeah.
scare me so much, and I've seen more than I care to. Like it's just like a town is coming up, and I'm like, who hand draws this? Like the city's in charge of that.
That is frightening.
I've never seen that.
And like there's
The
sometimes like a
kids at the
handprint.
schoolhouse.
No, see that's not like an arts and crafts project. Like that's for the city to handle. Like make a sign.
All right,
It's scary.
we are
I'm so
desperately
sorry.
running out of time. We have 2 minutes. Okay.
Ishka.
Thoughts on $10,000 extra for the flowers? I can't.
Obnoxious. Bring your family.
Unnecessary.
Not a smart investment. I would have said, Katie, if you want those and you can afford the $10,000, then by
Right.
all means.
Writing that check hurt me.
How do you not know where your checkbook is? Like, you have to pay. First of all, who doesn't pay for the wedding in advance? Like, you're paying for it like the day before.
Maybe it was the
Maybe that
second
was the
half. The difference.
Okay, gotcha.
The difference.
Well, okay, and thoughts on Ken saying, I've seen him wussy out before.
I think that was just a chance to plug LVP
Oh.
Sangria. Because he was literally like, well, we saw him with you before with the LVP Sangria.
And he got to plug Pump. Like, he couldn't make it. I don't know. I'm with Ken. It's like, there is a chance Tom is not going to walk down the aisle.
I think they need like a soundboard for Lisa to voice like concern, and Ken's
Yeah.
like, "Here's my only one experience with Tom Schwartz on a couch."
Oh my God.
It was sad.
Did you say that again?
All right, guys. 1 minute. Final thoughts.
No clues.
No clues.
I think they're gonna get married.
I know, unfortunately. I
I
can't.
think the brothers are going to make it.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be like sloppy next week. It's like, are the brothers going to make it in time? Katie can't fit in her dress. Like, it's going to be like,
Oh, will the scene break?
yeah. It's going to be a mess.
This was hardly a to be continued moment. They really made that out of nothing. We know that. To be continued. Then the preview was them being like, "Hey, like I wonder who it is."
Sandoval's all there. Like, well, Sandoval's there. Like he made
I'm
it.
excited to meet these triplets. Like, really excited.
I am.
Because
I am
tonight
too.
was really,
They are the stars to
really,
me right now.
yeah.
Can we get them in here?
If we can pay for their flight.
Can we pay for their flight?
Does anyone know their one number?
Oh my God.
That's not being rude. I mean, they have one. That's fact. They have
Cannot
one
wait
phone.
Yeah.
for next week. Cannot. I'm so excited.
I'm happy we're getting there.
2 more episodes to go till the finale.
That's right.
Alrighty, kids.
Cool.
Where can we find you all online?
Jay Ellis on Instagram at don't_be_jealous and Twitter at still_jealous.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew E. Paine.
And you can find me everywhere at Jesse J. D'Angelo. Said it right.
Oh.
Good job.
Nailed it.
Young lady.
And you guys can find me everywhere at Megan Stecher. Well, have a great week, guys, and we'll see you next week for the wedding. Bye.
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 From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Alterations Express.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.